Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now Beathard. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw Beathard. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
Muhammad Wilkerson elevated a tempo program that was looking for players like him, and he's carried that on into the NFL. What a terrific play there.
A nice tackle for loss for the former Temple Owl, as you said, and the 30th pick in the 2011 draft. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now it's Rodgers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right?
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And, you know, he may not have the franchise tag, but I bet they're relieved to have that deal done, keep him around.
And he's a good guy, a valuable player to them, and they wanted to make sure they had him around. Good team chemistry, always hard to find, and when you've got it, you don't want to let it get away.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
To throw is Beathard. Over the middle, Julian Edelman. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll throw here. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set! Green, 39!
Here's West. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now let's go! Green!
On the toss, there goes Wentz. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Here we go now! Green, 39! Green!
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take
Still
a whole
first down.
lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively,
Here we go.
all kinds of options. Here's Beathard to throw. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and converted to being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. That false start costly. Moves them back to the 9 now, 1st and goal. Now West. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Set! 3-19!
They'll run it with Williams. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
They'll try to pound it in with West. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Charcandrick West, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 19 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
And that explosive run right there reminds me that last week ran the ball really well, so they're continuing to do what they did in the previous game, run the ball and run it successfully. Expect that to continue throughout this one.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the 1st quarter of action. 7-0 is our score, and we're back to Arrowhead after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
All right, let's go. Come on. Hey, better than 319.
Throwing is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
1st down, here's the run to Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that run wasn't very successful. They did have a big one on the previous play. So you get the sense that the offense is probing around, trying to find the ones that are going to work. And when they find them, they'll keep coming back to them.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
319.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
No, check.
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Beathard to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch there for Hill, and he's got a first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that, the rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception league.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Person. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Montravius Adams able to drop him for a loss of 4.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
This is West. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
On 3rd down, it's West. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives? So
we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see if they change tunes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The Packers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Rodgers. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Rodgers now on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Reset. Hey, easy.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Being chased out left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. To throw on 2nd down. Rodgers caught left side. Williams. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Get reset. Hey, easy. 319.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. A little juke, then Hill running right through it. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now here comes Kansas City. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Sideline throw, that's caught. Julian Edelman. A gain of 6 there on first.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Beathard. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
To throw is Beathard. On target over the middle of Hill. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Beathard now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Hill.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Set. Green, 39.
Back to throw Beathard. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now Beathard. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
From the midfield stripe. They'll look to throw. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go!
They'll run it with West. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where you see the final score there. Ben Roethlisberger, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in their ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington Redskins. Alex Smith, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees, a very good performance as his guys run their record now to 5-2. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Man open left side, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Now let's go!
They'll throw here, Beathard. And Hill with it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Beathard. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Beathard to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. Fights through, and now a crease. Travis Kelsey. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Beathard to throw. That's caught at the 1. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. In for the score. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now he's flushed out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. On 2nd down, Montgomery. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Rodgers. Flushed out right. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
All right. Zone.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one's in another first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Reset. Hey, easy.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. It's the fullback. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers move back within a couple of the lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Here we go now.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
On play action, they'll throw. Wide open, Julian Edelman. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. And that one results in 35 yards. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make the...
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Julian Edelman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. This play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receiver...
We're back now in KC, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And now here comes Kansas City. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now the Packers get set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A good pickup there at 22. Kaiser now from the 50. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22. First down, Kaiser. Dancing to his left. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Kaiser, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long for Kizer. And he's got his target. That's more. 23 yards on the play. And they're going to speed things up here. Kizer on 1st down. Forced out to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Second down, Kizer. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Kizer now. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Buying time to his... And it's a touchdown for the Packers.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Crosby on now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, look at that. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of
Automatic
situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now.
All right, here we go. Blue, line it.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding.
Offense.
Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Blue, line it.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
He's going to let this one go deep. He's got him in, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. They give him a gain of 38.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now let's go. Green 39.
To throw is Beathard. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is caught by Edelman for a Chiefs touchdown. Julian Edelman, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Butker now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, Kaiser being chased out left. Rumbling past the 30 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. 14 yards there on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw, Kaiser. Got him in. It's complete. Williams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll throw here. Kaiser trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, They've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And now here comes Kansas City. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
All right, here we go.
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On the ground, it's West again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Kansas City, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.